what's up, y'all? Hey, we're over here at the berry joint. Troy already got his off, Patrick. They're closed. I guess they won't be in here till 10. Hey, look here, y'all. I guess these chat rooms and these phone lines, I guess they're burning up about BSM. BSM this, BSM that, BSM this. But listen, guys, let's get one thing clear right now. Nobody, we support anything anybody's doing for this industry. We support 10-4. We support Indiana. We support over at the Ridgetop. Hey, it's the Ridgetop. That deal was put together a long time ago. For personal reasons, we're not making Washington, D.C. Have no intentions to ever wanting to go back there. Myself, anyway, that's me. The deal with the Ridgetop's been going on for a long time. And I'm just telling you, it's gonna be a hell of a deal at the Ridgetop. The revival for freedom. That's exactly what it is, the revival for freedom. So let me tell you, any rumors you hear about BSM, that's exactly what they are, is rumors. We're not out here to tear no kind of event down. We never have been. But BSM seems to be the one everybody wants to go to blame shit on until they want you. When they want them numbers, we're the first ones they're on the phone to. The very first ones we're on the phone to. Saying, man, come on, we need them numbers. We need this, we need that. Well, you know what? We needed numbers on 412. We needed numbers on 412. And it still chaps my ass, people saying, well, we didn't do nothing because the numbers wasn't there. Fuck no, the numbers wasn't there. How the fuck are the numbers gonna be there if you're not there? It's pretty simple math, as far as I'm concerned. But that's about all I gotta say right now, but I'll say more here in a minute.
Well, y'all can comment if you want. Anybody want to come on? You can say anything you want. I'll get the fucking blame for it anyway. So go ahead. I'm willing. I'll take the blame. Greg, where you at, buddy? I guess we are the bitches they love to hate. Dixie, you want to come on? Yeah, this shit's getting old. Well, I know where I'm going for 10-4. I'm going to the Ridgetop, and I know where I'm going this weekend. I'm going to Patrick's house. Yeah, I know, Bubba. Joe's been there, done that. I was going to go. I changed my mind. I'm going to Mississippi to the Ridgetop and get all these sins out of me. I got plenty of them in me.
The revival for freedom, Ridgetop, Mississippi. And yes, like somebody made a comment, we're going to be doing some things around Mary Jane, a sister trucker that's disabled, that we were supposed to have done last year, but that never happened. People didn't gather up like we were supposed to. So we're going to do it this year because some people can't afford DC. So we're going to do it, and the numbers are growing, and we like that. And we want everybody's numbers to grow. Like I said, we're for anybody that's doing anything for this industry. And Sean Price, just for your information, if you was insinuating we ain't going to do no good in a cornfield, you're badly mistaken. But that's what that was meant for.
There you go, Donald. Donald says he'd rather go where he's welcome and with my brothers and sisters.
Hey, some good old preaching, down there. I mean, some good old preaching, some good old country music loud, some good old loud gospel music. Man, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna get Jesus warriors together. We're gonna get them together. You know, we might end up making DC. I said I never wanted to go back. we get enough, I might have contradicted myself. Damn it. I hate it when I do that. But you know, if we get enough of them warriors together, we might just go back up to D.C. and try to help put God back up in them halls. You know, since, you know, he's pretty pissed off at them people in D.C. taking him out of schools and out of them halls and off them law books. I imagine he's upset. So we're going to try to get this revival kicked off. And it's going to be full throttle. I guarantee you, a lot of good food. Beverages. Jesus made wine, and they said it was fine.
Gonna have some guest speakers there. Yeah, Bubba, I'll take some Fireball down there. Sure, we'll hook her up. Yeah, you know what? If we do come to DC, we will be coming in hot. I don't know if that's a hint or not. Take it for what you want it. Yeah, this shit's getting old. Seems here lately, anything anybody says, I get the blame for it. I'll accept it. Dixie? Charles, you want to come on? Brother Charles, Reverend Charles? You come at Black Smoke, you come at one of us, you come at us all.
Hey, I promise you that. When you come at BSM, you ought to be fucking smart enough to know we're coming. We're coming at you, and we're coming strong. So when you come at BSM, all I can tell you, you know what, be ready. You ought to know better than that. You guys ought to know we're the road crowd. We're the road crowd. We're not the professionals. We're the professional drivers. When it comes to all the other stuff, we're just the road crowd.
Reverend Greg. Can't hear you, buddy.
What's up? Am I there now?
Yeah.
You know, we've all been in this fight a long time. There's a lot of us tired, a lot of us aggravated, and a lot of us see the picture that we're going to have to do it our way, period, you know. And, you know, we respect anyone that stands up. It don't matter who you are. If you make an email, if you call you politicians, do whatever you think, you got to do what you feel right in your heart to do. We do support 10-4 on DC. We supported it from day one. Nobody can say that. You know, BSM has got a bad rep because we're a little rough around the edges. You know, a few fingers flying here. We may even drink a beer on live video. And I guess some feel that maybe we give others a black eye in this industry, or we're not professional. And I even, you know, was heard a little something a while ago, and I'm not going to get in this he said, she said shit. And a lot of that needs to stop. A lot of grown men here, if you got a problem with somebody, pick up the damn phone and call each other. This needs to stop. There ain't nobody I've seen looking really professional about picking up the phone and calling each other, you know, and being a man about it. It seems like a lot of comments thrown here and there and a lot of talk here and there, but pick up the phone, get on phone conversation. But, you know, BSM is what BSM is. We fly the fingers. We say, fuck you. We say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. We don't bow at our flag. We stand and salute it. We believe in the red, white, and blue through and through. Do we want to fix this industry? Are we tired of seeing people die? Yes, we are. There's a lot of us heart and passion. There's some more professional than others, you know. And I'm going to say this industry is, and I'm going to break it down to truckers' terms. is like an 18-speed transmission. It takes a lot of gears and a lot of different ball bearings to move this transmission to make these wheels turn. Just because I'm going to say this, just because I might be scum of the earth, a 1% outlaw biker, a dopehead, and you might be a Baptist regular Baptist preacher, and then you got just a guy over here that don't never say nothing about nothing. Then you got a guy that might just express his opinions, and he might look ignorant. But at the end of the day, who are we to judge? There's a man upstairs going to judge me, and no one's opinion makes two fucks what you think about me.
Amen. Me neither.
And that's what people can't get out of their selves. People cannot get out of their personal feelings. And this fight will never go nowhere, and it will stall out just like that hurricane down there in that water until people can put their self out of the equation. You've got to agree to disagree, and if you don't like someone, you still got to be willing to stand beside of them and work with them. We all are different. Each and every single one of us think different, act different, talk different, look different. And God made us that way for a reason. Didn't we'd all be robots?
And you call us on the phone. Call us on the phone and need something. We're the first ones there to either help you get under your truck, send you a part, or whatever it might be. If your family's having problems, we're the first ones there to try to get together and make something happen, whatever the problem might be. And then when we get time for events and stuff going on, the first thing you know, everybody starts in. And who gets the blunt end of the deal? They all try to lay it on BSM, man, every time. This isn't the first time. And like I said, for you people that's not on these chats, and these phone calls and all this, Lord have mercy, if you only knew. Damn it, boy.
You know, we're all different. But there's one thing I will say, we all share one common goal, and that would be to make this industry better. I don't know as anybody that wants to go through the shit that I've went through as president, listen to all this, he said, she said, they said, I said, we said, they said, and when things go wrong, everybody points the finger at one person or a group. It ain't about a group. It ain't even about yourself. It's about an industry that is fucked up from the floor up, man. And it is. People's hauling freight for nothing. Here you've got them arguing over the hours of service. Well, at least they give us something. I mean, whether you like it or not, they done something. They didn't have to do that, you know. Maybe you can make it work. Who knows? I don't really care. But they keep shoving more and more down your damn throats.
People's got a lot more confidence in them opposals than I got. So if I'm wrong, I'll come on here and tell y'all I was wrong. If I'm right, say, we heard that. We heard that from Joe.
Look here, Joe. You've been in this industry longer than I have, and I've been in it a long time. Name one freaking thing that they've done for us. One. Name one.
They've not done one thing. Nothing at all. Nothing. What makes you think them proposals are going to come out? You all better wake up and realize Chow and Martinez are Trump's people. I guarantee you Trump knows everything that's been going on with these trucks since October when we rode up in front of FMCSA in the middle of the night. And what's to say? He's saying, man, give these guys something, because the day before they didn't know when that proposal was going to come out, did they? The day before they didn't. And then all of a sudden it comes out, bam, bam, bam. Hey, that was a phone call. You know what? Give them guys something. We need their votes. It's election time. We need their votes. Come on, man. Wake up. Wake up.
You know, if a man sits and says Martinez or Chow, either one can't talk to Trump, they're talking in la-la land. You know, we need, everybody wants to talk transparency. Let's be transparent. Let's tell the truth. Truth of the matter is the ATA has bought congressmen and senators off, and even buying these Road Safe America groups and Mothers Against Hard Drivers off to where they can control everything. We are bought and paid for, guys. And Joe, you've been at this longer than I have. Tell them the only thing that will fix this industry.
Hey, I've said it, what, 1,000,001 times? Only one thing gonna fix this industry, and we all know what it is. Shut
Yeah.
these trucks down. And you know what? We've let them get so many regulations on the books now. God help us. God help us, man. But that's the
And
only
something
thing.
else.
That's the only thing that will ever fix this industry. But I will tell you what you can do on cheap freight. Say no. No to cheap freight. Just because you haul somewhere for $3 a mile and you think it's okay to take $1.50 a mile load or $2 or $1.30 a mile load back to make up for that $2. Come on, man. $3 a mile freight is your old $2 a mile freight. Quit hauling cheap freight. That's the easiest thing there is to fix out here is the freight rates. Say no.
Sit and watch the load board. Turn your load board on. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and watch all these cheap loads pop up there, and then you watch them leave all day long. All day long. And don't comply. Turn that ELD off. Don't cross scales. What's so hard about that? I mean, really? You don't have to comply. Yeah, you might get a ticket, or whatever. Big deal.
Okay, let me tell you something. And this is a fact. This is a fact. Zero fact. I know a mega company right now. I know people that work there in the department that told me, I won't mention them, they got 3,000 trucks. 2 or 3 days ago, they was in a meeting. You know what they told them? Don't load none of our trucks for less than $1.65 a mile. And right now their freight's paying over $3 a mile, but they was told don't put nothing less than $1.65 on our trucks.
Yeah. You know, just like Pablo, let's see here. I seen a comment. Pablo Guerrero. I've had their constituents tell me the same thing. The same two people he's talking about, Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul. Both of their constituents told me the same thing, Pablo. You're going to have to shut down if you want anything done. They're not going to do nothing for you because there's no one making no noise. We've heard from 0.1% of the owner-operators. Unless you all do something, make noise, shut down, or whatever, y'all aren't taken seriously, and they're not going to hear you. You know, we make a lot of noise. Hey, we make a lot of noise amongst one or another, Joe, and you've said this. You was the first one I ever heard to say it. We cannot fix this industry until we fix ourselves.
And some people, I don't think some people want it fixed. It makes me wonder, man. Does some people ever even want it fixed? Because they try to bash and fix everything else except us. You know, and I don't see them doing nothing else. Like I said, if you people was only on some of the chats and the other end of the phone calls I've been on in the last week, you'd shake your head and walk away.
Hi, I'm the new guy.
That's a new guy. This is new guy, Troy.
You know, it's you know, my time, I'm going to put this out there. My time was up as president. We set a time limit. I never stepped down, never walked away. I'm still fighting the same way I have been. And I've had 50 freaking messages about that. You shouldn't have done that. I didn't do it. The time was up. It's going in a different direction, you know. Am I still fighting? I'm sure Joe can assure you I'm still fighting and doing things I've always done, you know.
Man, if they only knew all the phone calls and how many hours you had to stay on the phone and everything else, you know, the stress, just the stress of, you know, it's unreal the way our phones ring. And most of it's still haters.
Yeah.
Amongst our big players.
Yeah. And it needs to stop. I mean, it's man, you know, I guess some people, I never chose to be a leader for the industry. I chose to speak for Greg Anderson and my brothers that in my circle and BSM. I don't represent no one else. I speak for the ones that's confident for me to speak for, wants me to speak for them. You know, if it helps someone else, then so be it. But I never once said that I was going to lead no one or anyone else for that fact. I mean, it's up to each and every one to have their voice heard. BSM can't speak for everyone. When we speak for us. We need other people to stand up and speak for themselves. And a lot of people get misconstrued where they're saying this, they're saying that. We'll let them talk. No, that ain't how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to join in and speak your mind, speak your truths. You know, we've all got a story. I grew up in the trucking industry. I love trucking still to today. But I understand that the trucking as I know it is gone. It's been long gone for a while. Would I like to be part of bringing some of that trucking back? Yes, I would, by all means. You know, I've given 33 years. I've missed funerals. I've missed ball games. I miss watching my kids grow up. Many of you guys have too, and I respect each and every one of you for that. You know, but until we come to the point to where you can put everything aside, no matter how bad you dislike someone, we ain't never going to get there, guys. It's not about your personal feelings or your personal thoughts. You've got to think outside of yourself. You've got to look at the bigger picture. You know, do it for the future of the kids.
Oh,
You know, don't.
we've just forgot about these undertrained drivers out here in these mega carriers because of their weak ass training programs,
Yeah.
killing innocent people out here. We forgot about that. Hell, let's go argue about different events we're putting on now. Let's forget about all the innocent families getting killed out here because of undertrained drivers because of these trucking mills. We don't even bring that up no more.
Never hear it. That's the truth. It's all about this event, that event, or whatever, you know.
I'm going personally. I wish everybody the best. I support what everybody does. I've said it again. Whatever you do for this industry, wherever you do it. I'm going to the Ridgetop Revival for Freedom is where I'm going. And I'm going to help do some things for a sister of ours that's disabled with several other people. And you know what? Who says what we're going to do when we're down there? You know what I mean? It'll be through the second and them, but you know, we sure ain't going to put it out in the streets the way people like to get on them telephones. So you know what? That's wait to be seen. But we're headed to the cornfield. We're headed to the cornfield.
You know,
I don't even think we got corn down there. We don't have corn.
they ain't no corn.
We got some motherfucking,
No.
we got some motherfucking alligators. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
Yeah.
We got backhoes.
Yeah. And we got a lot of land there. You know, it's going to be some good cooking and stuff going on down there. It's going to be a good time. And who knows what BSM's got planned. We kind of like to keep our itinerary to ourselves. But I can guarantee you'll have a ball. I guarantee that.
Yeah, bring all your sins when you come. Bring all your
Yeah.
sins because this is going to be a cleansing revival. We're fixing to get a
Yeah.
bunch of warriors together. We're fixing to put that good word back up in these halls and do our best to do our part, put some of that godliness back in D.C.
You know, everything started going wrong. I can look back when they started trying to get God out of D.C., out of schools, and God we trust, out of stuff. Pledge of Allegiance took out of out of schools and stuff. And ever since then, America ain't been the same, and it's fallen. They're stripping a little bit of our freedoms away, and now they're starting to strip them even at a more alarming rate than ever now. People's just been conditioned, and I mean, I uphold my end of it. Yeah, I was one of them that didn't think this shit would ever happen, like the ELD. I said, well, it ain't never going to happen, but it did. You know, autonomous trucks, I thought it was a joke, but here they are. They're here now, guys, and so many other things that's just going to keep on putting us out of business. And look around the industry, what's going on? How many trucks has went out of business this year? Look at the little families or daddies that stuck out here on the road right now from a company that cannot even get them home. You know, this industry is not professional. This industry is not to be proud of. I'm not very bit proud of what's going on in this industry.
It's terrible, man.
And
It's terrible. I try to at least make a change a day, whatever it is, doing something. I try to make at least a change a day, the best that I can. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
that's all we can do, just one at a time,
Well,
man.
Joe, look here. You was on that phone conversation. Someone told us a while ago that that BSM, more or less, the way I took it, and I might took it wrong, but that's the way I took it, is making this industry look bad, and certain ones of us making it look bad, and we're not professional. What is your government doing to this damn industry? If you think we're making it look bad, look what they're doing.
There you go, right there. Fact. Again, everything wants to go back to BSM. Let's worry about these undertrained drivers killing innocent babies and mamas and daddies. Let's worry about how this government is jacking us around. Don't drink Martinez's Kool-Aid. It's bad stuff. Trust me. You're going to believe me when
Look
this
here.
is all over. When you get them proposals out, when it comes law, fuck Martinez.
Look here. You said something earlier, Joe, about God being mad at D.C. He is mad at D.C. They've took him out of the equation across this country. And God's people need to stand up and demand it to come back, and they're not doing it. Which the Bible speaks in the end days of what it'll be, and it's coming to be, man. And people need to wake up. At the end of her life, whenever it be, and I hope y'all live to be 100. You know, what legacy are you leaving your kids? That my dad, he couldn't get it together because this or that, or had you rather your legacy be my dad stood for something and he made a difference.
And Charles, you're right. Charles, you're right. This is our God-given right to stand up against a government that is corrupt. This is what our forefathers fought for. Damn, man, these are our constitutional rights that we're letting them just take away from us every day, and we're laying down on them. Not all of us is laying down, but I'm going to tell you, they can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. This is our right as American citizens. This is our right.
You're right, Joe. Every word you said. You know, guys, if you want change, it's going to take mass numbers. And I see the same people on these videos or on other people's videos. It seems like the same circle of people. But you know, when new people do come in, some of the old ones is quick to judge and maybe run them off. You know, we got to stop that. You know, we need each and every one. If a new guy's ready to stand up, pass the baton on. You know, let him do his thing. Let him take the torch. You know, if you burn out, let someone else have it.
New. How new are you to the industry anyway, son? How new are you?
I'm this new.
Yeah, how long, hey, not that it's, I don't even care, but I mean, how long you been in the industry?
14 and a half years.
Well, that's 14 and a half years. That's not real new. That's not real new. You know, but, so your new blood to come in here and try to kick around or whatever, you know, that's all shit. I got motherfuckers trying to kick me around. I get motherfuckered every day. We're gonna whip your old ass, you motherfucker. Yeah, bam. The only thing keeping you from it's fear and common fucking sense.
Hey Joe, we got messages by God. The devil probably wouldn't want to open up what they want to do to us and their families and everything in the world. People don't even got a clue.
I got so many messages on this phone that go back so long. They're gonna do this to my grandkids. They're gonna do this to me. They're gonna do that. Come on, man. I mean, it ain't like we're out here hiding. You know, we're everywhere. But you know, that don't even bother me. You know, that Here's the way I look at it. All them mean son of a bitches, all them mean, tough son of a bitches, they're already buried in Boot Hill. They've been in
Hell
Boot Hill
yeah.
a long time now. That's where all your mean ones are. Let's fix ourselves and let's get this industry fixed. But I'm afraid it's too
Amen.
late.
We don't hide behind fake
Yeah, I am
profiles.
too. No, never will. You know, one thing can fix it, and it be simple. Is turn them keys left, but I don't see it ever happening. Two people's caught up in their self in their own lives, you know, and too many people's overlooking what we were leaving for our kids and our grandkids. It's sad, man. I hate it for them. I'm glad mine's grown up, you know. I hate it for the ones that's got little kids. I mean, I honestly do. It saddens my heart to have to think that someone has to raise a kid in this world right now. It's sad.
And right here is two dear friends, Bubba and Crystal. You know, they both raised their hand and served this country. And like Bubba said, I didn't raise my hand to defend this country to let our elected officials destroy our rights. And by golly,
Well,
I'm telling you what, they don't come no better than them two people right there. You take that to the
well,
bank.
I'm sure Bubba will tell you he took an oath to uphold the Constitution. And we need more people like Bubba, you know, that took that oath to stand up. You know, I don't know what it's going to take, dude. I honestly don't. I wished I had the answers, but I don't. You know, the only thing I can say is do your thing. I'm going to do me. I'm going to not comply. I ain't stopping at scale houses. I might be put out here in a week or two. Who knows? But I'm not going to comply. I'm going to run Greg Anderson's way.
And let me bring one more thing up. I might bring another thing up or two. I keep thinking I'm getting a little old. So I did 730 miles today. My e-log was a ticking one and still had time to spare. Yeah, I still got time. Hey, check this out. This bullshit about 412 was a failure, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Listen, 412 wasn't no failure, guys. We didn't have the numbers. Chicago shut Chicago down for us. We couldn't have did that good a job with 200 trucks. They did good for us. Chicago did good. Got a little national media. Come on now, we got a little bit. Hey, but at least that was something, you know. But all I can say is, hey, BSM's here to stay, y'all. We got through in this
Yep.
fight. You guys threw us in it, so here we are. We're not going nowhere. And when you
And I've got one thing to add to that,
like
Joe.
that post,
At
like that post I made, listen, if you got something against somebody, call them out by name. Because when you call them out by a group, BSM, now you're talking to 25,000 members. 25,000 members. Yeah. And hey, by the way, 24,000 BSM member. Your showers are ready. That was yesterday. Check it out. We're up to 25,300 already. Bam. Thank you, Marcus.
Oh Lord, it amazes me all the stuff I've heard and seen.
One motherfucking thing about me, and you all get this clear right now. Right fucking now. You get this clear about me. I will mention names. I'll call you out. I'll call you out by name anytime. So fuck with me and see if I won't.
Go ahead, Joe. They're going to blame me for whatever you say anyway.
Don't blame Joy. Don't blame Joy. You can blame me. Blame me.
The new guy.
But
The new guy.
let's get one thing perfectly clear. If this video don't get nothing else clear tonight, clear. We are behind anybody that's doing anything for the trucking industry. Anybody that's doing anything to try to do better for this industry, we're for them.
And at any point that someone wants to call a shutdown, we will mount up all that we know that will stand up and make a phone call to us, and we will be there. That I promise you. We will be there. A shutdown is all we've got left. It's shut down or nothing. Period. That's the end of the story.
Damn right.
And if it don't happen, there's going to be a lot of trucking companies go out of business before it's said and done. Trucking is over if people don't shut down. The government ain't going to fix this. The FMCSA ain't going to fix it. USDOT ain't going to fix it. It's just how it is. Somebody call it. Black Smoke will be there. We're a phone call away. Hey, you guys have fun. Carry on. Bring somebody else on here. Only thing I want to leave people with is it's sad that we're going to let the next generations down. It's pitiful. It breaks my heart to think that my daughter or my son's children ain't going to enjoy the freedoms that I had in this country. And this is not only in trucking. This is in America, period. Peace out, brother. Love you guys.
Well, we all on the same page now?
Oh, hell. Oh, did I push him?
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? There. What's your name? What's your name again? The new guy.
New guy.
What's your name? Listen, this is the bottom line. I talked to somebody earlier, and I ain't afraid to say it or admit it. This is the way it is. Every movement needs backbone. Every movement needs intelligence. But if you don't have backbone to stand in front of the guys with the intelligence to help put it together, if you don't have passion for what you love, if you can't protect what you love, then you need to stand behind those that are stronger. Sometimes people need to stand behind the stronger people. Sometimes you have to have a safe harbor. People like Joe Denney, people like Greg, other people. See, I'm just a little guy. I go into a fight, I go into a bar, and someone wants to pick a fight with me, I'm standing behind the biggest motherfucker in the bar. And that's exactly what you have here. You've got guys that have passion who aren't afraid to stand on the front line, right? It's that simple. And nobody has taken more of a beating for standing up for what they believe than I have. People, I got those same messages the other night when people said, you know, you broke my heart, Charlie, because you said that's it. You threw in the towel. We need people like you to inspire us, and people look for hope. I didn't say I was leaving. I said at the rate we're going, you might as well just bend over and use the Vaseline. That's what I said. Didn't never said I was leaving. Troy never said he was leaving. Greg never said he was leaving. You simply said, when the rest of you decide that it's time to do something, let us know, because we'll be there in a heartbeat, in a minute, that quick. These guys don't realize, Troy, the power that they hold. The power that they possess is greater than the power that the people in Washington, D.C. want to yield and wield over them. That's what they don't understand. They don't understand the reason they have these regulations, the reason they come down so hard, the reason they use words like declare war on truckers, is because if the truckers were to step out of line, they would cripple the world's largest economy in 24 hours. You think for 1 minute they don't know how powerful you guys are? They keep you on a short leash and they kick you because they know you're weak. They know you won't stand up. They know you won't fight back. They know you'll bend over and say, thank you, sir, can I have another? They know. This is about freedoms, like Joe was saying. The ELD should never have happened. It was unconstitutional. What right does anybody have to track every movement you make? What right does anybody have to tell you where you can go, when you can go, how far you can go? Why is trucking the only industry in the world where they tell you how hard you can work to better your life, to better your family's life? Why is it it's just us? I'll tell you why. Because we're weak. Because we allow them to control us, because we have more power than they have. We have more power than they have, and they don't like it. So they put a choker on you, and they say, sit, boy, sit. And what do? You always sit. You sit. Am I wrong, Troy? Am I wrong? Am I saying something that nobody understands?
It's the $1 million question. I guess fear. That's what's stopping everybody.
Here's the thing. It's got to happen. I'm in Joe Denney's camp. I've always been in Joe Denney's camp, and for the last year, I tried to tone it down, and I tried to be the good boy. I tried to mind my business. I lost touch with who I was. It's okay to be angry. I am extremely angry. I am enraged, man. When you talk to people and they don't even know what 3781 is, they don't even know what that bill does, they don't even know the potential it has to destroy families and destroy small businesses, that's got to be enough to make you want to pull your hair out of your head. That they don't know that an industry of 3 million people isn't being reached because we can't all just get together and spread the word. We can't all just say, we have to do this together. You know, right now there's 47,000 people in another group, Troy. You and Greg and I and everybody knows that other group's watching. That other group's got 47,800 members, and they're saying the same thing Black Smoke Matter's saying. There's other pages where they're saying the same thing that they're saying. This isn't Black Smoke Matters isn't the only one saying this needs to happen. They're the ones telling you they're willing to stand at your side. They're the ones saying that they're willing to walk arm in arm. They're the ones saying they're willing to stop where you stop. They're willing to draw the line. And if that's a bad thing, you have all definitely lost your mind. You're weak individuals if you don't see the threats that are coming to this industry and the destruction. You think autonomous trucks are a joke and that there's something that's off in the future and it's never going to happen because they can't operate in bad weather. You know what? You people know what LiDAR is. Do you know what radar is? When it's snowing outside, do you stop using your GPS on the dashboard? Does it go out and not tell you where to go? This technology is so accurate. It was designed by the federal government. Give me a break, people. All they did is took the technology and improved it to make it available for transportation. These trucks are going to roll right over top of every single one of us in 20 years. And guys like Joe Denney and me and the rest of us, hey, we'll sit on the sidelines and ride this shit out. We'll have barbecues in the back 40. We'll go fishing. We'll just put our feet up and say, screw the rest of you. Because you know what? That's what's going to happen. You're going to get bulldozed, steamrolled, rolled over until you make a conscious decision to do what needs to be done. There's no more writing letters. There's no more Twitters and twattings and emails and begging. They're not listening to you. And if it's not obvious they're not listening to you, just look around. That's all you got to do. Look around. I'm tired, and I'm done, and I'm pissed off, and I'm angry, and I have a good reason to be angry.
You got some more.
But don't cast
More
stones.
back row parties in you, right, Charles?
I got some left in me. But that's not what needs to happen, Troy. I know it breaks your heart. I know it breaks Greg's heart. I know it breaks Mike Robbins' heart. I know it breaks Brian Hutch. I know all these guys, no matter how divided they want to be, they all want the same thing. And there is only one answer. So to the naysayers and the retractors, I dare you to continue to ignore and placate this industry. I dare you to keep ignoring people like Joe Denney. I dare you to keep going, just keep pushing, because I guarantee you, America, the result that's going to happen, you're not going to see a pleasant side of this industry. You're going to see the side that can bring hurt and pain. And I don't mean physical, I mean financial, economical. You won't have your fucking Sudoku, you won't have your Starbucks, you won't have toilet paper, you won't have baby formula, you won't have anything. You know why? Because guys like Joe Denney, they bring the baby formula, they bring the fruits and vegetables, they bring the diapers. And he keeps doing it every day for people that don't give a shit.
And this government, not to interrupt you, brother, but hey, hi, Charles, how you doing? Not to interrupt you, but seriously, guys, you got to realize, I hope you realize, we had them on the edge of their chairs, man. We had them. They are nervous, just like Charles said. We literally had them on the edge of their chairs. They was right there. I mean, that's what's sad about it. We had them on the edge of their chairs, man. So don't tell me we can't make this government nervous. They work for us. Wake up. They work for us. We don't work for them.
That's right. Stop calling them elected representatives. Stop calling them Senator so-and-so. Stop calling them Congressman so-and-so. They are employees of the great state of Mississippi, the great state of Texas, the great state of Missouri. They work for you and I. But see, they become memorialized in these Greek-like mythology terms, like they're senators and they're the esteemed congressman from. Right now, I wouldn't trust them with a litter of newborn puppies, let alone making decisions for an industry that affects a world economy. I wouldn't leave them alone with a litter of puppies. What's that tell you? You guys got to understand, this isn't about who's right, who's wrong. It's about what's right. It's about what's right, not who. It's what. Freedom doesn't come free. So anything worth having is worth fighting for. If you're not willing to fight for it, then you're never going to have it. Don't listen to these naysayers and the retractors, because we only need 11% of the industry to send them back to the edge of their seat. That's it. Do what you got to do. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm saying is there is no other way. And you notice I'm not extremely insane, jumping up and down. I'm stating the obvious. There is no other solution than shutting these trucks off wherever they may be, however it may be. But you're not going to get it done sitting at home on a couch, and you're certainly not going to get it done going on vacation, and you're certainly not going to get it done by having a truck show somewhere. You need to be out there. You need to be serious. You need to look. It's called civil disobedience. It's called a protest. It's not called a rally. It's not called let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya and watch Barney. It's called a protest. That's what it is. That's what it needs to be, and that's what needs to happen.
Charles, I promise you, this great proposal that they didn't know when would be released till it was released, and I haven't even talked to you about this, and I'm repeating myself again. Trump, Chow, and Martinez has had Trumps here anytime they wanted. I believe that, personally. They have had it. He elected them. He put them in there. He put them in their positions. And when we went in October 17, I promise you, at 3:30 in the morning, they didn't have a parking place. I promise you, he knew what was happening. He knew what all them trucks was on Constitution Avenue. He's new up to this point. I promise you. And if I'm wrong, I'll kiss anybody's ass. But I promise you one thing. Martinez was told, you need to put something out. We need their votes. And I guarantee you, when that proposal is put into law, it's going to blow a lot of people's minds. And it ain't worth a fuck anyway. It ain't worth a flying fuck anyway. So what are you so proud of? Why do you let that proposal that is junk? You forget about the innocent families that's losing their lives out here every day because of these trucking mills putting these undertrained drivers out. We forgot about that, evidently.
What trucker mills are
You know, Joe, Chow and Martina, Chow is a member of the president's cabinet, okay? She is the head of the DOT, the Department of Transportation. She is a cabinet member. She speaks with President Trump on a daily basis. You can believe that. The cabinet meets, they discuss issues. Chow knows exactly what's going on because she talks to Martinez every day. These people are telling the president what's going on. They let this thing go forward because they knew it would be challenged. They know there's no way this dog's going to hunt because the safety groups are going to shut this proposal down because it goes against everything that they fought against to begin with. It's going to get tied up in court. It's going to get tied up in comment periods. It ain't going to happen. Going into the election, we still ain't going to have it hours of service. No. We're not going to have it. And they want it that way. Because as soon as it's over and the election is over and they've gotten everything they want from us, they will have once again shut us down. It'll be too late to do anything. You can't fall for this shit anymore. Now is the time, if ever was the time, to start thinking about how we were going to teach them a lesson, about how we were going to show what we were made of.
You talk about new guys. Talk about new guys here. New guys. We got people out here, veterans out here believing their bullshit. Come on, man. Throw the fucking Kool-Aid away.
We've been hearing this same shit since 2000 when it comes to truck parking, improving truck parking. Then they told us public-private partnerships. They were going to add parking spaces. They were going to give grants for bigger truck stops. They were going to do this. They were going to do that. And then they squandered money by paying for surveys and paying for research. Billions of dollars went into studies that never actually happened. So billions of our taxpayer dollars went to studies that weren't never going to do shit to begin with. We still don't have adequate truck parking. We still don't have safe truck parking. We still don't have hours of service that are humane, or, you know what, fuck that. And on top of that, who is anybody to limit the amount of money that an individual can make? They know we're paid by the mile. They know we're paid by percentage, and they continue to put a boot on our neck and say, no, you're going to live on $1,000 a week. Well, got news for you, all you company drivers. You know it too. $1,000 a week comes out to about $750 for you to be gone for 5 days to work 14 hours a day for 5 days, in some cases 6 or 7, because shit happens and you just don't get home. So if this is worth it, is it worth it to drive down the road and know some nut job out there is going to get fired from his job and start shooting at people on the interstate, or some nut job is going to cut you off in traffic because they're in a hurry to get somewhere? You assume all the risk for very little reward in this industry. You assume every bit of the risk. You get in an accident, something happens, who do they hang out to dry? The truck driver, not the company. They don't never pay the price. They pay a monetary price, but they got millions to throw away. It's obvious. They got millions to throw away, and then they throw you away. They hang you out to dry. Joe was talking about training. He's absolutely right. Do you really think that these training proposals are going to make a difference? The ATA president, okay, not our fearless leader, the ones we can't stand, but Mr. Pottles is about to give a speech in New York about how they need to lower the age and attract younger drivers to the industry. They need to flood them. They know autonomous trucks are coming. Why are they going to bring 18, 19-year-old kids in and have them have a career when in the first 20 years of their career there isn't going to be an industry left to work in? This is all just, it's pointless. You need to stop it. You need to shut it down. You need to make them start over. It's one of those things where sometimes when you love something so much, you have to destroy it. You have to fix it. You have to burn it down and rebuild it to make it better. And the only thing that's going to fix this industry is to burn this bitch straight to the ground. That is the only way to clear it of all the money, all the lobbyists, all the bullshit, all the rules and regulations. Start from scratch. That's all I can say. There ain't no other way. I don't see any other way to fix it. Do you, Troy?
New guy?
New guy.
You're right, Charles.
Look, like I said, I just get on here and say what I feel. And I don't think, short of look, there's no more negotiation left in me. There's no more listening to bullshit left in me. There's no more phone calls left in me. I've tried, Troy. Like Greg said, who's tried? Can you know anybody that's done this to have zero outcome? I mean, I've never seen such an industry. This is not, I don't even recognize it anymore. I watch you guys from home every day, and I'm saying, man, I don't know how you guys are out there doing this, because every day it gets worse.
It's getting tough, man. It's about every morning I wake up.
That little voice.
I'm about ready to say fuck it, but I can't do that. I got kids at home.
Troy, that little voice, it's all over out there, and they're whispering it. They're whispering what we're saying right here. They want it. They even those that didn't want it before, they want it now more than ever. But their question is how. Their question is how. The question is who. The question is when. Somebody needs to take charge. Somebody needs to send some direction, because they're ready. They just don't. There's no plan. There's nobody to tell them where. There's nobody to tell them when. So what are they supposed to do? We all just sit around and keep talking about it and banging our heads against the wall and hoping that someone is brave enough to set it off, because that ain't going to cut it. Somebody's got to lead the way. Somebody's got to call it. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, it seems to me that person would just put an automatic target on their back.
As is the case every time this industry tries to make a stand, that's called weakness. Every time we let the minority back us into a corner and tell us that we're crazy and that there isn't a problem and that we're bad businessmen, that's called weakness. That's called being weak. Listen, this industry is being operated under tyranny. It's straight up tyranny. They dictate every single move we make in the name of safety. Nothing that they've done has been in the name of prosperity or economic opportunity or advancement. It's all been done in the name of safety, if you notice that. But what is it that's happened in the name of safety? They've taken away economic opportunity. They've taken away freedom. They've taken away advancement. And they've destroyed 4,500 jobs in 6 months. 4,500 guys. And you know what? You think people would be extremely pissed off that trucking companies were shutting off fuel cards and abandoning drivers all over the country. But nobody seems to have a problem with that until it's them. Until it's them. Until it's them. When it's them, the company driver who decides that they're done with you, and you don't even get a courtesy phone call, you go to get fuel and find out your company's closed the doors, it's a regular occurrence. So unless you work for Swift, Schneider, Werner, JB Hunt, or one of these other monster mega fleets, I would be extremely worried if you're in a 1 to 400 truck operation, because those are the numbers that the experts are predicting are going to fail by springtime. Those are the trucking companies that are going to be wiped out. So if you're one of those guys, you need to be talking to your employer. You need to start talking to these small fleets. These small fleets are the reason that these things can't ever get off the ground, because they say it doesn't affect them. Guess what? Tick tock, tick tock.
Thanks for that.
Whatever I can do for you, brother, nothing but love, man. Look, it's like beating a dead horse, right? They're either going to do it or they're not. That's it. Because people like me, people like you, people like Greg, people like Joe, we're not stepping out in front of a moving train this time. We said we're there to support and stand with when the rest of this industry decides. We ain't calling for nothing. We're not gonna stand out there with egg on our face ever again. Guys like me, I said it earlier in the year. I will never again be that guy. But when they're ready, I'll be the first one standing in front of the locomotive. Until then, good luck. You know, it's like survival. So am I still crazy? Am I still wearing a tinfoil hat or what?
Not at all, brother. I think that's the problem. Too many people are wearing those hats. They can't see what's really happening out here. But our government will take care of them.
Troy, again, you know what I think? They truly believe that, and like Joe said, when you got a problem with something, you just confront it head out and you call it out. You know me, I don't hold back. I'm not going to do that. You know, for groups like Trucker Nation and USTA and all the others to stand out and say, this offers us more flexibility than we had. What you're doing is you're conceding that you're willing to allow them to tell you what to do yet again, that you're willing to accept what they give you instead of what's right. Nobody has the right to claim to speak for an entire industry. When you only have 25,000, 28,000 people in your organization, and then you have the balls to stand up and say, you know what's right for the industry, that you know that this is flexible, that this is better than what we had, what right do you have to speak for an entire industry like that? You don't. You have every right and every ability to offer solutions. You have every right to be part of the conversation. You have every right to speak your mind. What you don't have a right to do is to claim to speak for me and others like me that don't see this proposal the way you see it. I see it as just another example of you, me, and everybody else being told how to run their business, how to live their lives, and how to operate their truck. Because they're not offering you flexibility. They're giving you a choice. You understand the difference, right, Troy? The choice between flexibility and choice?
Absolutely.
They're taking away the choice. Exactly, Mike Robbins, and that's what tyrants do.
Shit, I don't know why they're changing it up.
Will Cook just said the same thing.
Guys like this right here don't even know how to
Hollywood doesn't speak for me.
work the damn hours of service now. Why are they going to switch them up?
Look, since the dawn of trucking, there have been rules. How many times have you heard some of us say, we understand the need for rules because rules do make some things safer? Because sometimes people are just too damn stupid to figure stuff out on their own. What we don't need is an excessive, exorbitant amount of rules and regulations. Again, find an industry where the book, Jesus, the miners don't even have a book that thick for rules and regulations, and they work 13 stories underground. Crane operators, I mean, some of the most dangerous jobs next to ours, they have less regulation than what we have. What makes us so special? You know what makes us special, Troy? We have a power And we possess a power as an industry that they fear, because that power unified stops the machine. It's that simple.
I got a message here. It says somebody just got a block message. They're not liking the video.
Who's not liking the video?
Truth, that's why.
You know what I say? I'm getting too old and too tired. And I just, look, they wanted me to be inspirational. They wanted me to be positive. Here you go. I say you need to fight like you're the third fucking monkey waiting in line to get on the ark, and bitch, it's starting to rain. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen soon and fast. You need to stand together. You need to stand shoulder to shoulder, and you need to make a decision, and someone needs to call this shit out and just make it happen. Stop pussyfooting around and kissing their ass and placating the federal government. Stop placating these politicians. Shut it down.
Hey, when they don't like them, when they don't like the video, we're making headway, man. Carry on.
Where'd you go, Joe? You froze up.
He said we're doing good. When they don't like the video, we're doing good.
Look, I tell you right now, I'm sure that there are those that get extremely nervous when I open my mouth, and then there are those that just don't want to hear me speak. But I've learned something real quick. The minority is not going to win this. The majority is going to win this time. That's just what's going to happen. You there, Troy? Did you freeze up
Yeah,
again?
I'm here. No,
You
we're good.
keep freezing up, little buddy.
Let me get it back over here again. It's probably the CIA or the FBI.
So, just ask everybody. Just look. Who was it in the movie Tombstone that said, "I'll be your Huckleberry"?
Doc Holliday, right?
I'm your Huckleberry. I'm your Huckleberry, man. Y'all just say when, and I'll get out there and scream on a bullhorn all day long until they get sick of hearing me scream. I got fight left in me. I will serve the cause however best I can serve the cause. All they got to do is say the word, and it's on like Donkey Kong. That's all I got to say. I'm ready. I'm done. Troy keeps freezing up.
I am?
I'm going to let y'all have a good night. I see this video keeps freezing up. Hopefully Troy can get somebody else on here that can make some sense in case I didn't speak perfectly good English. I might have spoke broken English or something, and people may have a problem when maybe the truth hurts. I really don't care. This is a simple thing, simple truth, right from Joe Denney's mouth. There's one way to fix this problem. The problem is to shut these motherfuckers down.
Yep.
That is it. That is the solution. That is the end game. There is no other way to stop this. So y'all have a great night. I hope Troy can get somebody else on here. I'm waiting. I'm ready. Just say when. Pull the trigger. I dare you.
You're my Huckleberry. Yeah, I guess somebody doesn't like to hear the truth. They're trying to block the video, but... Hey, what's up, Bubba?
Yep, I don't know. My phone's screwing up.
Video. Black Smoke Matters is in the motherfucking house.
Hell yeah, Joe. What's up, brother Joe?
Bubba's on here, Joe.
What's up, Bubba?
What's up, Joe?
Oh, man.
Missed you, man.
Me and Joy's been hauling berries, and we had some rejected, so he got here this morning. I guess he got his off. I'm waiting for him to get here to get mine off, and then I'm going to go down to Wingnut's house and go to Jackson's benefit this weekend.
That sounds good, Joe.
How's Crystal and the kids?
We're dealing with our family problems.
All right, well, call me like tomorrow or something. But you guys know I love y'all, man.
Yeah, we love you too, Joe.
All right.
Nobody knows how passionate you are and how good of a person you are, Joe. They need to know that.
Oh, wait till I fill you in on some bullshit tomorrow, brother. I imagine my phone's been blowing up. I don't even know it is. I've had 25 messages. I don't know who's fixing to rape my kids, my grandkids, and my wife, and beat me to death yet. But we'll see.
Hey, I gotta hit on a couple of things y'all have been saying. Greg, Charles, everybody, and a couple of comments I posted. I'm calling on all our veterans. There's a lot of vets that are in the trucking industry. We raised our hands. We swore to defend our country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, our Congress ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Our elected officials ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're taking our industry away from us. We all need to come together. And I don't care if you're a veteran. I don't care if you're an owner-operator. I don't care if you're a company driver. What you are. It's going to affect all of us. I mean, why is it so hard to see the writing on the wall? I don't understand it.
I don't either, Bubba. I just don't get it, buddy. It drives me crazy, man.
We all need to come together. And everybody hit it on it. It's been preached for over a fucking year now. Numbers. The government's afraid of us truckers shutting down. Quit hauling freight. The economy is going to go to the fucking toilet if we just shut the fuck down. Look what Brazil did. Look what everybody's done. We're the only country. This is America. And we're the ones that don't have the backbone to shut the fuck down. This is America. I mean, come on. We need to shut the trucks down. Period. Take back our power. Take back our rights. Give me my time. I want to go run my truck when I see fit. I'm a grown-ass adult. I bought that truck, not the government. I don't need a freaking ELD. I don't need anybody telling me how to run my truck or how to run my business. It's mine, not the government's. I don't care what business it is. I don't care if it's in a truck. I don't care if I buy a freaking store and open up a grocery store. Nobody can tell me how to run my company, how to run my business. The government should not be doing that to us as truckers. We need to all grow a pair of fucking balls. Get it back from your fucking wives. Get it back from your husbands for the women that are in there. Grow a set and fucking shut the fucking trucks down. And take our country back. Take our industry back. It's not hard.
Such a simple solution.
But it's what Joe said too. It's the safety of it too. We know how to run our trucks safely down the road. The mega carriers are not doing it. They're the ones causing the accidents, but they want to implement laws that are going to crucify us, the ones that safely operate down the road. You know, the ELD was supposed to be leveling the playing field, but the mega carriers didn't have to do it. They have until December to put an ELD on their truck. How did that level the playing field? The new thing they want to do with the frick, you know, what they're pushing for the insurance rates. You want to level the playing field? You want to increase insurance rates? Fine. No more self-insurance. You have to go get a fucking policy just like I do. Get rid of self-insurance. You want to level the playing field? Let's level the fucking playing field and level it across the fucking board. Because they're the ones out there killing everybody on the road. Not us as owner-operators. Not us as small companies. I mean,
sorry, I'm using a lot of vulgar language, but I get too fired up about it because this is me. This is my life. This is my livelihood. This is how I take care of my wife and my kids. This is what I do to provide a living for, you know, and it's not just me and my wife and my kids. I take care of my extended family with doing this. I can't do that right now because of the way everything is going. Rates are in the fucking toilet. Everybody knows it. We all need to just get together and stand up. I don't care if you don't like BSM, you don't like BSM. That's fine. You know, if you don't like USTA, you don't like USTA. If you don't like Trucker Nation, you don't like Trucker Nation. But the whole thing is, there's a common ground that we all know that's there. We all need to be together because we're all tired of being overregulated.
You know,
I mean,
if you can't be in D.C., be in Indy. If you can't be in Indy, be in Mississippi. If you can't be there, be in South Dakota. Be somewhere. Just don't haul the damn freight. I mean, you know, if you can't be in D.C., support the D.C. thing by not hauling any freight. You know, not everybody can afford to go there. Do something.
pretty much get a couple of people together and shut down the interstate on the side of the freaking road. Put your signs on the side of your truck. You know, you don't have to go anywhere big. If you can't afford to go to your capital, shut down to the next closest city to you. Sit on the side of the fucking road and put your signs out. Support it. Everybody needs to support this thing. And 10-4, because I don't know, like you guys were saying, a lot of crap has been going on. I don't even follow. I don't know all the crap that's been going on in the background. I've heard a couple of things about, oh, you're only allowed so many trucks on 10-4 on DC. If you've never been to the freaking National Mall, you don't know how big that is and how many trucks can fit there. We can fit a lot of trucks on the National Mall. Nobody's going to turn you away anyways. If you're that dedicated and you want to go to 10-4 on DC, if you cannot fit on the mall, you can park on the freaking road. You just have to pay the meter. I mean, come on. If you want to really put numbers out there, you guys want to go to 10-4, I'm not, you know, Joe's part of 50 Strong, so am I. I support 10-4 on DC and what these guys are trying to do. Don't listen to the bullshit. Nobody's going to turn you away. They'll figure something out to find a place for you to park. It did last year.
I deliver to DC quite often, and you can get 10,000 trucks in DC.
I know you can. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the bullshit that people are putting out, well, there's only so many trucks allowed, is crap. It's absolute crap. You can put a lot of trucks on the National Mall. And if you can't fit on the National Mall, we can line the side of the road after that too, right down the side of the mall.
And if that gets full, you can start heading down the side streets.
That's exactly. So what I'm saying, it's the crap like you guys were saying earlier. I'm trying to say is, you know, what you guys are saying, people are trying to start bullshit. Well, there's no limit on 10-4 on DC. There is room. There's plenty of room. You know it. There's plenty of room for people to park. If you want to go there, go. If you can't afford DC, yep, a lot of other people are putting stuff together. Go there. All we're doing is supporting it in our own ways. And if you can't afford to go anywhere, drive around your local area. There's truckers everywhere. Yep. Get a couple of people together and go do your own thing on the side of the road. Go to your nearest big city and do something. Sit on the side of the road, put signs out. Support the whole thing. This will be our shutdown. We can do 10-4 and make it huge. And not just huge in DC, but make it huge across our country. That's just my opinion. I mean, 10-4 can be a huge thing. It really. And the biggest thing the government is afraid of is the numbers. You see a bunch of us shutting down and having signs out, they're going to know about it. And it's going to so we can get back what we want.
Like Joe said, at 412, they were nervous. They were ready to sit at the table if they needed to. We just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, well, they're also lucky that, excuse me, a lot of those guys didn't fucking sue them for blocking the fucking exit ramps because they're impeding their way of fucking traffic.
Yep.
They're impeding their free range of travel.
Yes, they were.
Damn fucking lucky nobody fucking got together, and they should have. They should have got together and did that. Just my opinion. But yes, they were scared then. They were afraid that 412 was going to be a huge event. Well, you know what? They don't know what the hell could come out of fucking 10-4.
And Hutch, you're right. If 10,000 trucks showed up, people would be coming from all parts of the country to get there.
You're damn straight. As soon as numbers got out on social media, people would come out of the freaking woodwork and show up. Numbers is what matters. It's been said for a long time. We need numbers. Okay. I'm gonna bow out here. I gotta go get something to eat.
All right, thank you, Bubba. Sorry you had to wait so long to come on, buddy.
Oh, that's all right, man. I like hearing Charles preach and Joe and you guys. So we'll catch y'all later.
All right, man.
Be safe out there. See you later.
Too late, Travis. I already added somebody else. They gave Joe a door. He's gone back over.
Hey there. Yeah, I mean, I only kind of caught the tail end of things. Charles talking there, but it's a sad truth. I mean, you know, the things are gonna have to come to a point. The government fears us. When 412 happened, I got a call from a state investigator, and he kept asking me. You know, there was a national bulletin put out to all police agencies about 412. So if you think the government wasn't nervous, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. Because they don't put out national bulletins to all police agencies for shits and giggles. They put it out when there's something serious that might happen. You know, that's what it's going to take is shut down. You know, however you see fit. You know, if you can't make it to 10-4, you can't make it to 10-4. There's another thing I saw in Kentucky going on, too.
Right.
During the same time, October 4th, I think it is.
Yep.
You know, shit'll be popping up all over, and we got to stay at it, even after 10-4. We have to stay at it, because them slow rolls last year that people said weren't successful were a success. Why do you think there was even talk about HOS change? That's the only damn reason, because they knew. They saw us organizing. They saw us actively doing something. Over and over and over again. The one thing in sales, in almost any part of life, if you want something, you stay persistent. You become a thorn in their side, and you will get what you want, even if they don't want to give it to you. But you have to be a thorn in their side. You know, however that is. Sometimes you do it politely, sometimes you do it not so politely.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what everyone's waiting for, and you know, I haven't been in this very long, but I don't understand what the hell the issue is. You know, what's the problem? Why do so many people are just? It seems like seems like from the short little bit I've been involved in this, this short little year and a half, almost 2 year span, right? It seems like anytime there's actual unity, it starts to begin to unravel over absolute BS and complete baby bullshit, Mickey Mouse nonsense. Every time. And it's kind of stupid. It's very childish. It's not going to, get you the results that you want for any of us. For any group, for any one group or person, it doesn't matter what group you're about or how you see things in your head or how you see things should be done. Bickering amongst each other doesn't get us anywhere. The only thing that will get us anywhere and will give us the results that we all want is unity. Shutting down together, however it is you do that. And like Bubba was saying, you don't got to go far. You don't want to go anywhere? Don't go anywhere. Drive out to the fucking interstate right by your house, park your truck and trailer, get some lawn chairs, get a little barbecue going. That's all you need. You don't need a lot. This doesn't have to be, some big thing. It's however you see it, but you could, just you sitting on the side of the road, look at it this way. If there's one guy or two, three guys in every little tiny town throughout America, or every 60 miles, let's say, 100 miles, sitting out on the interstate with signs protesting, you think that's going to go unnoticed? No, because you're going to have each police agency is going to come out. What are you doing? I'm protesting. That's what I'm doing. And he can't stop you from it. You pay for that fucking road. I'm driving down a road right now. I pay for it. Tears the shit out of my truck. And I pay some crazy taxes to live where I'm at. We pay for these roads. These are our roads. Not the government's roads. Our roads. No one else's. We pay some of the most taxes. The cars pay taxes, but they don't realize it. They don't think about it. If you thought about the money that us as truckers pay to go down the fucking road, it's insane. It is absolutely insane. I told a relative the other night what I pay to go over the Throgs Neck or the Whitestone Bridge or the GW. He couldn't believe it. His mind was like blown away by it, that I could pay $105 to cross the GW Bridge, or 42 or 46 bucks, whatever it is now, to go over the Whitestone, and pay a lot of money to run down these roads. I went down to Florida just recently, haven't been down that way in a minute. Now there's tolls on 77. Not only do we have to pay for the roads with a $1,500 registration fee and HUT tax and highway use tax and, all this other bullshit, now we got to pay for fucking tolls too. We shouldn't have to pay for tolls. We should be exempt from tolls. We pay enough money to run these roads and make a living. But everybody else just keeps drinking the fucking Kool-Aid they're fed and is okay with it. It boggles my mind. Why someone wouldn't want to stand up for their rights. Stand up for your rights, for your freedoms. Because if you don't stand up and protect them, they will be gone. You look at how much the world has changed since 9/11. What a different place it is to live versus, pre 9/11 and now. How many rights have been taken away from us as Americans, as truckers, as human beings. Personally, we just need to line the highways with trucks. Don't gotta block traffic. You don't want to block traffic, impede traffic. You're worried about the ambulance. They'll figure another way around. But if you're worried about them, park on the shoulder. Fill up the rest areas. Hang out in the fucking rest areas. Start barbecuing. Have a good old party. And when the cops come, you can be sitting out on the picnic table. They can't force you to get in your truck. Move it. You pay for them rest
James,
areas. You're entitled
the
to
thing
use them.
is, I know a lot of people are scared we've got people that will go sideways, and I damn sure will. I know you will. We just need people behind us to be there with us. We can't go out and go sideways with 10 trucks.
No, you have to have numbers. Numbers are your protection. Numbers protect you from the repercussions. They protect you from repercussions. You look at all sorts of different groups. You know, look at when the Black Lives Matter thing. They were out there blocking fucking highways, standing in the middle of highways. And meanwhile, the cops will come, and the cops ain't putting them in cuffs, arresting them.
Nope.
Why can't we do that? We own these roadways. These are our roadways. Just doesn't make any sense. Fucking idiots. Sorry,
Well, I
I'm talking
guarantee.
about
I'll tell you this,
car
man.
next to me.
We can get 200 trucks. I'll take my truck and trailer, turn that fucker sideways, and throw my fucking keys and walk away. Fuck it. I'll make that sacrifice if there's enough trucks. I'll go to jail. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to go out there and go to jail for 20 trucks.
No, and you know, the sad reality is, if it's not done that way, Troy, we're going to get squeezed out. We're going to be squeezed out. Maybe not 6 months from now, maybe about a year from now, 2 years from now, we'll be squeezed out of the industry to the point where we can't afford to stay within the industry, you know, by the insurance limits. And exactly what Bubba said. You know, what are we fighting for? Leveling the playing field. You want to level the playing field and think that you should charge small 1-2 truck operations, small fleets? Guess what? The last thing I want, I wouldn't want my truck to catch on fire in my yard, because I know how much money that's going to cost me. Not that I don't have full coverage, just the downtime and how that's going to hurt me. The last thing we want is an accident, a claim, and never mind about the money, just the thought of having to live with that we hurt somebody and having to live with that for the rest of our life. That's something none of us want. You know, us as small companies, small trucking companies, whether you're 1 truck, 20 trucks, you know, 30 trucks, that's the last thing we want. We take pride in what we do. We care about what we do. When we get tired and we feel that little bit of grogginess, whether legally speaking from a logbook standpoint, we have hours or not, I know I do. If I feel the slightest inkling that I'm tired and I'm drowsy, I got a bed a foot and a half behind me. I go to sleep. I'll go take a nap for an hour, 2 hours, whatever I got to do. You know, these mega carriers, they don't do that shit. They run these fucking guys ragged, keep them out on the road, and that's where the danger comes from. That's where the fatalities come from. You know, and the crazy thing is, everybody in this industry knows this. This is not like new news or something that we just figured out. I don't know why it's been allowed to go on as long as it has. You know, we're Americans, man. There's people over in China right now protesting their tyrannical government, and they are waving American flags when they're protesting. They're waving our fucking flag because we fight for freedom. We stand up for freedom. We stand up for what's right. We go around the rest of the world fucking policing the rest of the world about who did what wrong, but we can't even take care of our own fucking backyard. It's pretty sad. We can't take care of our own veterans. You know, guys that have offered up the ultimate sacrifice to this country, we can't even make sure they're taken care of.
James,
You know, it's a sad
sometimes
reality.
I think people are dependent on like 50 trucks to go out and do it and get it done. It's just not going to happen. I mean, you got to.
No, we need the support of the industry, because if it's just 50 trucks, the government's going to laugh like they've been continuing to laugh. We're not going to be seen as a threat.
There's many people on here right now. If there's numbers, I guarantee you they'll turn their shit sideways and won't move it if we have numbers.
Yeah, it's you have to have people involved. It's like anything else, you know. When there's something, you know, something becomes in the spotlight, all of a sudden everybody supports it, you know. But meanwhile, you know, people might have been fighting for it for years and no one wanted to listen, you know. But once it's just what is it going to take to get these numbers that we need to get people to wake up? You know, is it literally going to take for you guys to see autonomous trucks taking your fucking jobs? Is that what it's going to take? Because at that point, it's too late. The trucks are there. This is the most crucial time to their plan right now. This is the most important time frame right now to when they have these trucks phased in. Because right now, they know we still have the power. And they're all very, very nervous. Because they know at any point there could be a spark, something that causes something to happen. And, you know, that's it. And maybe we all unite, turn them keys off, you know, jump up on top of our trucks and start yelling and screaming. But, you know, what's it going to take to get to that point? That's really the question. That's the billion-dollar question right there.
I hate to be the negative guy, but I believe it's going to take for everybody to lose their jobs, and then it's going to be too late.
Yeah, at that point, it will be too late. Well, at that point, we done lost all our power because they already got the trucks. Once these megas reach a point of 25, 30% market share, that's it. They have what they need. They need to be at about probably 30%. To keep the government operating, they need to be at 30%. They don't give a shit about the citizens. They'll let us fucking starve. I mean, if they gave a shit about citizens, they'd put, you know, armed guards or something in schools. I don't know. Sounds pretty crazy, but.
Just don't get it, man.
You know, maybe it's because we have guns. Maybe it's just that there's all these people that, you know, they have a fucking pretty close to an armory in their basement, you know what I mean? And they just think, well, you know, and maybe they're a truck driver, maybe they're in trucking, but they're like, oh, government's never going to take my guns, and that's, you know, that's going to really protect my freedom. But, you know, and maybe that's why they don't want to stand up. They don't give a shit. I don't know. You know, maybe they feel that, you know, their guns is the ultimate strike against us. They don't understand the power that we have with these trucks. They really don't. We have the power to fix all our problems overnight. Overnight. We could solve all our problems. Or maybe it's just that the megas have this industry so fucking dumbed down from years of just putting any ass behind the wheel that most of the numbers out there just don't give a shit. They'd rather sit in their truck for 10 hours because they don't really take their job that seriously to begin with. They don't care about being out here away from their family, I guess. I don't know. I mean, me personally, you know, I've had my mother say it to me, you know, like, oh, well, why don't you go work for someone or this, that, and I told her, I'm like, what, I'm going to go work, make $1,200 a week to be away from my family? All week, you're out of your fucking mind.
You know, James,
I'll
Alan Kelly's got one of the points right there. No fucking backbone, man.
Yeah. Like, we need to stand up, you know, and maybe it's just, you know, UPS I got right next to me. Maybe it's just the fact that all these companies, all these guys are just so blinded. You know, they're in their own little world. Their heads in the fucking sand. They, you know, UPS, a FedEx guy, YR, they all think they're untouchable because they're union. But little do they know that the union's probably selling them the fuck out. Union ain't as strong as it used to be. You know? And where is the union screaming up and down about these autonomous trucks? Because the first ones that's going to be a fucking absolute bloodbath is going to be these union guys. Those are going to be the guys that get it the worst and they get it first. You know, and even these people that think they work for a big trucking company, and maybe they're okay with autonomous, and they're like, all right, well, you know, I'll get to sit in the truck, and that's cool. Maybe you think that'll happen. But what makes you think a shipper like Nucor, a giant shipper that has all the money they need, won't go out and buy a fucking fleet of autonomous trucks, cut the trucking company, the broker, right out the picture, and pay absolute minimum wage for someone to sit behind that truck? Who do you think the people are going to be that are driving these trucks, you know, or sitting in these trucks? Or like Starsky's bit there where you sit remotely. You know them kids that play them fucking video games and driving around the big tractor trailer and they share it on these, you know, on all sorts of pages, and you're watching them fucking play a video game driving a truck around? That's going to be the ones that take our fucking jobs if it does go autonomous. You think they're going to hire me or you and pay us what we need?
You know what
You're
really
wrong.
scares me, James? What you just talked about? I have a 10-year-old boy, and I mean, I can't stand video games. My little 10-year-old boy, I'll go buy him a brand new game, and within a half hour, he's done beat I don't know how many levels on it. And he's probably going to be one of them guys that drives them trucks.
Yep.
And you know what? It's sad. They're going to treat that job like playing a game.
And the worst part is, what kind of death do you think that's going to cause, man? I mean, think about it. Like, even that job alone, let's just talk about just that, you know, where they drive remotely for the last and the first mile. The only person that should be doing that job and driving from a computer screen in an office is someone with 30 years of real-world experience behind that fucking steering wheel.
Alan,
Because they know just how dangerous and unpredictable that truck is. They know that load of wire lath that it's hauling could easily shift. You know, and then there's every other asshole out there that says, oh, who's going to pick up the landing gear? It's called a motor and some synchros. Very, very simple. You know, just like they got automatic tarpers, same shit. Basic. You know, who's going to put fuel in it? Well, let's strap some, you know, 200-gallon fuel tanks on it. That son of a bitch will run over 1,000 miles on a tank of fuel. You know, all these things are basic. You know, these questions that people say, oh, it's not going to happen. Who's going to do the landing gear? Who's going to secure the load? The shipper's going to secure the load. It's going to reduce liability off of the trucking company. That's perfect for them. This way, when shit goes wrong, something falls off that truck, or the load shifts or whatever, it's going to be the shipper's
Alan,
fault. That's whose fault it's going to be.
I don't think anybody's got the answer to your question on how do we make them stop. That question drives me crazy every damn day. I'm not sure there is even an answer to that. How do you convince somebody that they need to do something when it's right in front of their face every damn day? And do they wear blinders? Or are they covering their ears? They're not hearing and seeing what's going on? I don't get it.
They have the it's not going to affect me attitude until it affects them. And when it affects the masses, it'll be too late.
Look, you know, there's a lot of people watch these videos. You know, everybody's videos. If you're really in this for something, you go to 10-4 on DC. If you can't make it to 10-4 on DC, go to Indianapolis. If you can't make it there, go to Mississippi. If you can't make it there, go to South Dakota. If you can't go there, do something in your own town. But support the 10-4 on DC movement. Don't haul freight. I mean, do a live video where you're at and not hauling freight. Spread it, you know. Let's, you know, if you can't be there, you can't be there. But do something. Be somewhere.
And listen, the people that are also out there that say, you know, well, you know, I don't want you to represent me. I'm too rough around the edges. The people that are going to be in DC, there's a lot of them there that aren't very rough around the edges. You know, this is not, you know, this is something that collectively, all differences aside, whatever viewpoint each one of us or each group has of how this should actually work, first of all, we need to get it to work. Once we get it to work, then all these different groups can sit down at a round table and hash it out. Hash it out. You know, give the government an ultimatum. Fine, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk to each other and figure out what we can all agree on that's going to work to benefit each and every one of us, and we'll be back in a month. And if the government decides to change their tune and back out of it and think that we don't have the balls to shut it down again, we will. You know, Rome isn't built in a day. You can't have all the answers at once. This has to evolve. This has to grow.
You know what would be nice
know?
the week of 10-4? You know, the trucks in DC. But to see it all over the fucking country, the damn trucks are everywhere. They're parked on the side of the roads. They're parked at the state houses. I mean, what?
That's what it's going to
You know,
take right there.
Wouldn't you like a congressman that's home for the week call DC and say, hey, the truckers are here. And DC say, no, they're not. They're over here. They're fucking everywhere.
It's going to show unity right there.
Well, I challenge everybody that's ever said that they're willing to fight to do something that week. Do something. That's the point. Do something.
If we don't do something now, there won't be a later. You know, maybe for a select small amount within the industry, there might be a later for them, or there might be a future in trucking for them because of the specific niche that they're in. But the vast majority, there will not.
You guys been watching these videos. You see some of the events going on around the country. All you got to do is PM anybody. There's a website on here now for 10-4 on DC. Go there. Send Alan Kelly a PM. Send James here, James Ambrosino a PM. Send me a PM. Let us know where you're going to be. We'll point you in the right direction.
And not just let us know where you want to be. Let us know what you think. You know, not one person involved in any group or any movement has all the answers or has all the solutions. It's going to be a collective effort. You know, look at what that guys at Timber Unity got accomplished in a matter of a couple of weeks.
Look at them 5 guys on the damn railroad track over there in Kentucky. 5 guys stopped the train. 5 guys.
And they didn't get locked up either. They didn't get locked up. We have a right to protest. We have a right to be heard as Americans. The government can't silence all of us.
No, they can't.
They wish they could, but they can't.
Wouldn't it be nice that week if there's just 1,000 live videos from all over the country, just showing something happening all over the damn country?
Yeah, all it would take is 1,000
I hear
of us.
there's something being planned out in California. I'll try to find out some more information on that. You know, the disrespected truckers doing something up there in South Dakota. Will Cook's going to be up there in Indianapolis. Of course, you got the 10-4 on DC. Man, there's opportunity. There's somewhere for everybody to go. Just do it.
Man, I don't understand this. So, I'm just going to say bye, buddy. Well, I lost James. Somebody else was wanting to come on. Yeah, I just don't understand it, guys. I mean, just you've got to do something. Don't sit there and not do anything to help this cause. There's so many different places that has opportunity for you to go support. And if you can't make it to one of them, do it where you're at. Maybe you should start recording this stuff and just playing it over and over and over again. Because it's not sinking in, it's apparent to see. You know, some of us are going to Mississippi. Who knows what's going to happen down there? Who knows where we'll wind up at? Hell, just because we're in Mississippi don't mean we might go somewhere else, man. Who knows? Hard to tell where in the hell we'll wind up. Sometimes I feel like I'm tired of doing these videos and over again. I want to encourage everybody, get on and do a video. If you're afraid to do a video, start a video, turn the camera away from you like I am. Get somebody on there and let them do the talking. Big Sexy, what's up, brother?
Sound like a broken record. That's all we do is we keep repeating ourselves.
I'm telling you, Travis. I mean, let me repeat again. Do something. Don't be the guy or gal that does nothing. Not good there, Travis. Can't hear you, Travis.
Guys, these timber guys can do this. Why did them timber guys do it? I'll tell you why them timber guys did it. It's them greenbacks in their back pocket. They're losing their money, losing their job. That's why they united. You know, this balls. The greatest nation, the greatest people in this nation were from World War II. That generation was the greatest generation on earth. And we're the direct descendants of that. And from here on out, it's nothing but snowflakes. No one's got a pair to sound off with. A man's handshake went from 120 pounds to 105 pounds. They did a study on all this stuff. A woman's handshake went from 105 pounds to 110 pounds. It went up 5%. Now, what's wrong with that picture? We got no balls. Everybody's butthurt about everything. If y'all don't want to be in this fight, why are you even in this group? If y'all don't want to be in this fight, why are you even out here driving down the highway? Ask yourself, stop, think about it. take a 5-minute break and pull off on the shoulder and sit there and think about why you're even in this fight to begin with. You know, I'm getting ready to embark on a whole brand new adventure next week, and I'll broadcast that at a later date. But it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and a lot of people tell me I'm crazy. Yeah, I might be crazy, but you know what? I ain't got nothing holding me back, and if I don't jump, my parachute ain't gonna open. And y'all people out here,
Is that job
what's
as
that?
a male stripper?
Yes.
All right, brother.
Yes, I got my slingshot on order. It looks like a snake at the end of it. But, you know, if you don't jump, your parachute's not going to open, people. If you sit there on the edge of the cliff and you think you want to jump, but you don't want to jump, you know, and you want to jump, but you're scared to jump, just jump. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to fall on your face. You know, if we got 10,000 trucks decide to shut down, who's going to stop them? What are they going to do, be like 1970s again and bring in the National Guard? Yeah, they probably will. Are you scared of that? I'm not.
You know, Travis, you're going to DC, aren't you?
I'm planning on it. But with this new deal I'm embarking on, I'll just go ahead and tell you. I'll just go ahead and let it out right now. As of next week, I'm officially becoming an owner-operator.
Good deal, buddy.
I'm tired of the BS. I'm tired of all the this is how easy it is right here to do this, people. Look, this gear shifter goes in like this. You hit your Jake brakes, you put your 4-ways on, and you come on. I'm going to shut down for about 5 or 10 minutes while I talk over here to my people. And we come to a stop. Boom. Just like that.
I have to be
Looky
honest.
there.
I have to be honest with you,
Hey, I'm
Travis.
stopped.
Good idea, bad timing.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't got nothing to gain. And nothing gains, nothing ventured, right?
Well, that's
So
a damn good attitude to have, buddy.
if I don't jump, I don't know if my parachute's going to open. Am I excited about it? Yeah, I'm excited. Am I scared? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm scared. Do people think I'm crazy? Yeah, there's a whole lot of them that think I'm crazy. You know, but I'm living in the last of a generation right now as an American truck driver, the last of the American truck drivers that actually give a shit what's going on in this country. And from about 5 years ago is when it started. I'm going to say is when it started. They start feeding these guys into school like cattle. They go in, and you either got to drive an automatic or you got to drive a manual. If you drive an automatic, you're not going to drive a manual. You got to test out in the manual to drive whatever. If you can drive a manual, you can drive an automatic. That's all there is to it. But what I'm trying to get at is they're feeding these guys in like cattle. They go from point A to point B. All they want's a warm body to fill a seat. Unfortunately, the last couple of bosses that I've had, they don't want that. They want a driver. They want a truck driver. They want someone who's going to